Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. Happy Friday. Let me just make sure folks can get access to the interpretation line for those that need Spanish interpretation. Buenas tardes, feliz viernes a todos ustedes que nos están mirando ahora. Como siempre, ustedes pueden escuchar esta información en español a través de nuestra llamada de conferencia. Y el número que hay que marcar aparece aquí en la pantalla, es 646-749-3122. Y luego hay que poner el código de acceso, cual es 779-328-221. I also just want to remind everybody that these videos are always on our Facebook and YouTube page if you ever want to watch them at a more convenient time for you. So even if you can't be with us at 3 p.m., you always have the option to watch them at your convenience on our Facebook or YouTube page. I am just going to go right into playing the video that we have for you today. It's going to be a repeat interview discussion with Jeanne Geraci of the Benedict Center, and she'll also be talking about the MPOWER project that is happening now in addition to Benedict Center services. So I will go ahead and put that on now.
I'm the director of the Benedict Center, and the Benedict Center provides women in the criminal justice system with counseling, support, and advocacy so that they can find hope and lead safer and healthier lives. We offer women an alternative to incarceration, and we also help women successfully re-enter if they have been incarcerated. We also advocate for a more just criminal justice system, and that includes making sure that people in the community who have substance use disorders, trauma, and poverty get the help that they need in the community instead of criminalizing them.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're so thankful that Southside Organizing Center has a partnership with your organization to making sure that we let residents understand about these services. Let us know a little bit more details about the resources and programs you all offer.
Thank you. Well, you could think about it as three main programs: the Women's Harm Reduction Program, which is basically an outpatient counseling center for women. Generally, women are referred there by courts or their PO in order to get the treatment that they need. We also have a women's reentry program, which works with women inside the House of Correction while they're there and helps them as they come back into the community. And then what I hope we talk most about today is our Sisters program. The Sisters program is designed to help women in the street-based sex trade get the help that they need in order to have some options and live a better and safer life. And I could tell you a little bit more about how the Sisters program works. So the Sisters program is very much a neighborhood-based program, and that's part of why we're here and working so closely with SOC. We want to go where the women are. So we have a street outreach team, and we have a drop-in center on the south side. We also have one up on the north side. But our drop-in center is designed for women to just be able to literally drop in. They don't need an appointment. They can come as they are, no judgment, and we can start to help them with the things that they need. Sometimes that's respite. A lot of women are homeless and they don't have a chance to really have a safe place to even rest and collect their thoughts. Sometimes it's about crisis management because they've just been assaulted or hurt in some sort of way. But whatever it is that they need, we work to try and connect them to that and then walk with them for the long haul, the long term.
Excellent. And we're so thankful these vulnerable residents have you as a resource and able to come in and drop in, like you stated. Let us know a little bit about some of the statistics or numbers regarding street-based sex trade, so our residents and our viewers understand how this is impacting life on the South Side for everyone included.
Sure. Well, I don't think it's any surprise at all if you're a resident or a stakeholder on the South Side that there are women who appear to be trading sex, and that you might see them walking up and down certain streets. Based on some of the more recent research we did, just looking at arrest numbers, the number of people who have been arrested for prostitution, there were probably about 700 unduplicated women that were arrested in a 3-year period in the whole city. And 83% of those arrests were concentrated in 2 police districts, on the north side in Police District 3, and on the near south side, Police District 2. 83% of the arrests were concentrated there, which really backs up what we know for in those neighborhoods, which is that there seems to be a concentration of activity in those areas. We also believe that those numbers are not the total number. It's very much undercounted. And one of the great difficulties is understanding and not knowing how many women who are out there are actually being trafficked, how many women out there are actually being controlled through their drug addiction or threat of violence to be trading sex for someone else's gain. So when you're just looking, you really can't tell the difference. But regardless, even for women who are trading sex because they have a substance use disorder or they're homeless and they're trading sex for a place to stay for the night, they are subject to a lot of violence and a lot of trauma and a lot of hardship. It's no one's out there because it's a really great way to live. They're out there because they don't feel like they have any other options. And so our program is really designed to try and help build trust, build hope, and provide as many of those options as we can. And when those options are lacking, then we're organizing to try and create those options.
And we're so grateful for that, especially that we can bring Benedict Center onto the forum so we can let residents and our viewers understand this is not necessarily about women just quitting, taking a drug or, deciding to go ahead and get, housing. It's not that easy. There's a lot of complications that come with this process. Can you let our residents know a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when we started on a shoestring, we very quickly learned, the women told us, one of the number one barriers for them to really be able to move forward with their lives is that they're homeless. And people might say, well, if you're homeless, go to a homeless shelter. Well, the reality is in Milwaukee, we don't have enough beds for all of the homeless people that are there. Also, a homeless shelter means you might have shelter, but you're still homeless. So we need to get into housing. And so that has been one big stumbling block. Another issue is drug treatment. You might think, well, if you're addicted to heroin, go get treatment if that's what you need. And I was sharing earlier with you, and we're going to share the story with residents today, sadly. There are treatment centers, but there are also wait lists. There's wait lists for residential treatment. There's wait lists for methadone and Suboxone clinics, which are proven to be very effective for heroin or opioid use disorders, but there's these wait lists. And so recently we lost somebody that we were working with. It had taken weeks to build trust with her, to even have conversations with her. We were able to get her into some emergency shelter, but she had a 2-week wait to get into the clinic for Suboxone. And while she was waiting, she overdosed and we lost her. So it is really a matter of life and death that we get enough services, life-saving services lined up for people when they need them. And so that's one of the things where we do as much as we can with the resources we have, but we also know we need partners in order to bring more resources to the table and really make an impact on this issue.
Exactly. And we're so grateful that that seems to be happening now. We have MPOWER, if you want to let our residents know about that one. I'm really excited to be that SOC in partnership with this. Let us know a little bit about those work groups.
This is my passion project, Drea, because with direct services, we can only do so much, but if we can form partnerships, we can create system level changes, and then we can really make a difference. Milwaukee is small enough where if we said we want to help 700 women be able to get into housing and overcome their substance use so they don't need to be out on the streets, we could do that. That's within our reach, but we have to get the partnerships together and we have to demonstrate that it's what the community wants. So MPOWER is a partnership. The Benedict Center, the Milwaukee Police Department, the Milwaukee County Housing Division, the Medical College of Wisconsin, and SOC are the sort of leads of that organization and or this collaboration. And we've gotten lots more partners since we've begun. Social services, other parts of the criminal justice system, other neighborhood associations. And the idea is, how do we find real solutions to this very old problem? And so we're approaching it with the idea that if we need to not arrest women, arresting women doesn't work. We've been arresting women. Has the problem gone away? Not really. And for women, it doesn't solve their problems. It doesn't change anything. You're locked up in jail, nothing magically changes. And now you might have even more problems because now you have a record that keeps you from housing, keeps you from employment in the future. So instead of arresting, how can we divert women to the services that they need? Housing, treatment, advocacy, that long-term recovery support that women really need. So we have 3 sort of work groups in our collaboration. Community engagement, which is Drea and yours truly. We have the continuum of services work group and the criminal justice work group. Would you like me to share a little bit about our progress so far?
Yeah, why don't you let us know a little bit about our progress and the fact that even though we have our breakout meetings, we also have our stakeholder meetings that are quarterly, and one's coming up. Maybe you can let us know a little bit about that.
Sure thing. So the Continuum of Services Committee is really designed to make sure that we have all the services that women need when they need them. And I was talking earlier about how we have those shortages of services. So it's about how do we use the resources we have now, and how do we find ways to get enough funding to fill in those gaps, right? The Criminal Justice Committee is really focusing on how law enforcement and the criminal justice system can refer women to those services instead of arresting them. And I really want to give credit here to District 2's Captain Salazar, because he is willing to try something new. He has assigned 2 of the community liaison officers to do outreach to women and offer them a connection to the source resources and services that could help them. And so it's super, super new, but we hope that it can really demonstrate how police can play a helping role for the women and help connect them to the services that we're building now. And then there's the Community Engagement Committee, and SOC is a very important partner here. Andrea has been heading up those efforts to really help make sure that residents have a voice at this table. And we don't want to just inform you about what we're doing, but we want to engage you and invite you to the table and share your ideas and help us develop these solutions, because everybody in the neighborhood is impacted by the street-based sex trade and everything that's surrounding it. So your voice, your input is key. And so that's partly why we're doing this interview, but also there's going to be a District 2 crime and safety meeting coming up. And this would be a great opportunity for you to be able to come in person, socially distanced, and our whole partnership will be there to talk more about this project. Thank you. So we're going to be presenting more about the MPOWER project, but it'll also be an opportunity for you to be able to ask questions while we're live, and we can actually respond in kind. So you can see it's Wednesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. at Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, which is on National Avenue, 1818 West National Avenue. So this will also be broadcast live on Facebook if you're not able to get there in person. And so please mark your calendars if you can make it Wednesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. at Cristo Rey for a presentation about MPOWER, but also an opportunity to have a conversation with the police captain, with Housing Division, with Benedict Center, and some of our other partners.
Excellent. And also, I just want to let our viewers know, if they are able to be present at the crime and safety meeting, they will be having COVID-19 protocols and masks, so making sure that everyone's aware of that.
Yeah, safety is number one on all levels. So, but we want to give that opportunity. Another way that residents could get involved would be to invite us to come and give a presentation. If you have a church group, a civic group, a block club, a business organization, we'd be more than happy to come and just meet with your group and have dialogue and conversation there. And then, of course, you can always stay informed through SOC, 3 o'clock at SOC, and the other ways that SOC keeps residents informed and in the know.
Excellent, and we appreciate that. And yes, to all residents, we'll be having some links shared in the comments, links to not only the Benedict Center, but if you also need to reach out for SOC, if you need any assistance with a Spanish translation, if you want to help out someone, we're happy to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
As we have you though, let us know really quickly how can residents best help a neighbor that they suspect may be involved in street-based sex trade? What advice can you give viewers for that?
This is a great question, Drea. So first of all, as we were saying before, we want to think about safety. So if you know somebody, I mean, you really actually know their name, or you're on a talking basis with them because they're regularly visiting your business, or they live next door, or they're somewhere where you're on a talking basis, a friendly talking basis, then by all means, let them know, if they don't already, that there are some resources out there, the Sisters program being one of them, and that they could come to the Sisters program. The drop-in center is inside the Hope House at on 209 West Orchard Street, and they can, during the day, come by any time to be connected, or to keep a lookout for our street outreach van that does outreach throughout the neighborhood. If you can't remember the address or the phone number, you can just call 211 and ask about the Sisters program, and they'll be able to put you in touch with us. So all you really have to remember, Sisters, 211. When things open up a bit more, we were talking about how we might be able to make some flyers and some outreach cards, and that could be something you could come by the Sisters program and pick up, or come get at SOC when SOC is able to open up again. And then you would have those cards in your pocket, and you could certainly share them with people. Again, people that you know, people that you're talking to. It might not be the safest thing if you're inside your house, you're seeing people you don't know, and you think that they might need help, but you don't know if there's a sex trafficker that's kind of watching. It could be unsafe for you, it could be unsafe for her. So in that case, we would ask that you give us a call and let us know where you're seeing activity, when you're seeing activity, and then we will do our best with our limited resources to have our street outreach team make sure that when they're doing their rounds, they can make a stop there and try and connect with people at the time that might be happening. It's not a guarantee. We don't have resources to be able to dispatch someone in real time. I don't want to mislead you there, but do give us a call at 414-346-4406. That's 346-4406, and let us know what you're seeing, what your concerns are, and we can try and make a point to reach out to women there. If you are Spanish speaking, I would recommend calling Drea or calling SOC, and then they can get the message to us, just to make sure that.
Excellent. And we'll be sure to add the phone number in the comments as well, so everyone can get that easily. And like you mentioned earlier, if it's safety first, if it's not someone that you're maybe related to or don't have a real friendship with, be mindful of that. And also, because of your office hours, people can leave a voicemail as well, if it's something to follow up with, if it's after office hours. So make sure that's clear for everyone. And that's the same for Southside Organizing Center. Please leave a voicemail. We're happy to follow up with you and get you the info and the help that you need. Any other last things that you want to add? Any other contact info links? I know we'll be adding the website to the comments as well, but anything else you want to add to the conversation?
I think the biggest thing I would like to emphasize is that we need resident support for these new solutions that we're trying to bring to old problems. And so in order to encourage the police to continue to work with MPOWER and try and connect women to the resources that they need that can really help them change their lives, in order to get more funding for the housing and the treatment programs that we need, we really need resident support. So to let your alder people know, your elected officials know, leaders in your community, even the police captain, let them know, hey, I heard about the MPOWER project. That sounds like something promising. Thanks for trying something new. We really we want to do something about these issues. We want to do something that works. Your support on that level is probably the most, is the biggest contribution that you could make. Of course, we want you to be genuine about it. So we want you to understand as much as you can about it. We want to hear from you. We want to be in partnership and really make this work for everybody.
Absolutely. And if there's any viewers or organizations out there that would like to be a part of the MPOWER program, or, just be involved in some way, please don't hesitate to reach out to SOC. You can also email me at andrea@socmilwaukee.org. Happy to follow up with you and get you involved. This is definitely all hands on deck. And I think really committing to having that housing first approach and knowing that, arresting our way out of this is not the solution. So we're very grateful for that. And we love our partnership with the Benedict Center. Thank you so much for all that you do. And we look forward to connecting again.
Thanks so much.
All right. Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
We hope you enjoyed that interview that SOC did with Jeanne Geraci a couple months ago. So some of the information was a little outdated, but those programs and services are still current. Just one of the events that was mentioned is no longer happening, or the Benedict Center isn't presenting at that meeting, but those crime and safety meetings happen every month. So definitely tune into those in person or on Facebook Live. And now I'm just going to play a video that Marlene prepared for us that talk about vaccine locations in case that you're curious about where you can get vaccinated.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marlene Zaron. I'm the Public Health Coordinator here at the Southside Organizing Center. Give me a second while I share my screen so I can show you guys how and what locations you can go to for COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. So everyone that is 12 years and older is eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. All 12 to 17-year-olds must have a parent or guardian consent with them when they do go get their vaccine. So a parent should be in attendance when an individual is getting a vaccine, 12 to 17-year-olds. Vaccines are provided for free of charge. Insurance information will not be collected, and thousands of vaccines are available daily. You can get in-home vaccinations now available when you call 414-286-6800 to schedule. So they will come to your home and schedule you an in-home vaccination. There are currently weekly walk-in clinics, so there's no appointment needed. A second dose appointments will be scheduled on the site after you receive your first dose. Please remember to bring your CDC vaccination card to your second dose appointment. Mask wearing and social distancing policies apply when you do go get vaccinated. And please remember your mask and maintain 6 feet apart whenever possible. Locations that you can go to right now include the Milwaukee Health Department's community clinics, which is the Northwest Health Clinic and the Southside Health Center. Both are open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Tuesday and Thursday, 12 to 6 p.m. The first one, the Northwest Health Center, is located at 6431 North 76th Street, and the Southside Health Center is located at 1639 South 23rd Street. You can just walk in and get your vaccination that way. You can also go to the Milwaukee Health Department's library clinic, which is at Washington Park Library, located at 2121 North Sherman Boulevard. They are open Wednesday and Friday, 12 to 4 p.m. There's also mobile vaccination clinics. So the schedule for that is here. They are open June 18th all the way to June 25th. You can find all of these different locations for you through this website when you go to city.milwaukee.gov/COVIDvax. And then if you need help finding a vaccine near you, COVID vaccines near you, you can call 1-800-232-0233 And the CDC can help you locate the closest vaccination site to your home or zip code. That being said, this website is also available in both English, Spanish, and Hmong for your convenience. Other than that, I leave you with the advice to go out and get your COVID-19 vaccine and get fully vaccinated so your life can be a little bit easier and you can feel a little bit more safer when you're around groups of individuals. Other than that, if you have any questions, you can email Marlene at socmilwaukee.org, and I can answer all of your public health, COVID-19 vaccination questions that you may have. Other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
We hope that information was helpful for you, for those that are wanting to get vaccinated or maybe want to share information with others about how they can get vaccinated if you know folks that are still hesitant. So thank you, Marlene, for preparing that. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave you all with our survey promo to end out this Friday forum, but we will be back with you next week. And we hope you all have a safe and fun weekend.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.